PWP Nation, where wrestling discussion lives. And go check out Anything But Credible Podcast and Hotbox Hockey, our two sponsors. We'll explain why during the show, why I'm saying it like this and not that you're hearing anything else. So go check it out. Anything But Credible Podcast and Hotbox Hockey. Hotboxhockey.com, anythingbutcredible.com. Go check them out today. And welcome to Offended, presented by PWP Nation. It's your boys, Tricky and Stoutsy.
What's up, you fucking marks?
What up, what up? Episode, I think, 111. So make a wish.
Whew. There we go.
But special Sunday episode coming to you. More in the wake, so we can win the review SmackDown. So happy we waited.
Yeah, dude, UFC on Fox was sick.
But we'll talk about all the wrestling shit at the end of the show. This sounds a little different right now because we had some technical difficulties getting started. There was no basically anything but credible promo. The PWP intro wasn't there. Our theme song isn't playing. We're playing the Monday Night Raw theme song from like the 90s right now. Open up the fucking software and the file's just gone. It's been there for like a year and a half, and now it's gone.
Maybe we can start like a GoFundMe on our Offended Twitter, and somebody will buy you a new laptop.
Shit, we should just have a Patreon account.
we
should really just have a fucking Patreon account. Just need to set it up.
We really should.
Yeah. So
hey, what are we talking about today?
Oh yeah, I forgot to send you that shit. My bad.
It's my favorite when I don't even bother asking you for it. I just wait just to be caught off guard.
Basically, all that we're doing today is I got a couple of stories I want to bring up because they're fucking hilarious. Cool. Spider-Man back in the MCU.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe talk about those Blues rings, and then basically the better part of the show is going to be talking about wrestling this past week because there was so much that happened.
Yeah, for sure.
But
cool.
Yeah, fucking Christ. Yeah, and then so to make things worse for me today, I got home at 4 last night.
Jesus Christ.
And I set my alarm for 10:30 because I'm like, all right, I want to sleep for at least like 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't wake up till like 11:40 because I set my alarm for 10:30 p.m.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, motherfucker. So I woke up like at 8:30 and I was like, oh, I still got time. I can go back to sleep. Didn't wake up till 11:30. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, so did you turn off your alarm?
No, the alarm's set for 10 p.m.
One of those fucking things.
Yeah, I was so drunk I set it for 10:30 p.m.
Well, that's what happens. You can't be going out till 4 a.m. anymore. I don't know how you people still do that.
Smelling salts, dude.
If I wasn't sick, I don't think I'd still be able to do that.
Dude, smelling salts. He'll get you going throughout the night. I'm about to do one right now, actually.
Where the hell did you get those?
Dude, so Katie, we were joking around because I'm out of Adderall right now. And Katie's like, well, I'll just buy smelling salts off Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Bring them to the bar because I showed her the video. Well, it all started because I showed her the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs video of them doing the smelling salts and them like...
Yeah.
And we thought it was just hilarious. So she's like, I'm going to buy them, see if they work. She bought them. We totally forgot about them. And then last night, I was like falling asleep watching SmackDown. I'm like, I need to pick me up. I'm like, where's the... I had a text game like, where the fucking smelling salts at? Brought them to the bar. Brought the smelling salts to the bar. I literally had the entire table. Like, there's probably maybe like 15 of us at the table. We're just passing it along, just smelling it. And people are just staring at us, and you're all like, we look like a bunch of fucking crackheads. I'm like, yeah, but we're all fucking awake now. Like, let's go.
Yeah, at least we're not going to our cars and doing blow.
Yeah, I know. And the people, somebody was like, am I going to die from this? I'm like, no, you're not going to fucking die.
Oh my God.
Like, it's fucking hilarious.
Jeez.
And hey, by the way, I meant to say this past week. It happened. It's finally happened, Jim.
What happened?
I hate bombers. I officially hate bombers.
Yeah, welcome to the club, bud.
Yeah, it's horrible. It is just white trash, horrible.
Yeah, that's what happens when you open it up till 3 a.m. and have a bunch of schmucks running it.
You need to tell some of your friends over there that to get out of there, because I like some of the people that are still there. I'm just like, dude, you're better than this. Like, leave this place.
Yeah, it's gross there.
Yeah, we went up there last weekend, and it was like, I knew nobody. I was like, this is weird. And it's just like white trash, white trash, white trash. Like, the place just felt dirty, too. And I'm just like, I don't want to go. I want to get out of here.
Oh, yeah. It's been bad. It's like the one thing I'm glad I've been sick is that I don't go there anymore.
Right.
I don't think Bowman's stepped foot in there about as long as I have.
Oh, here we go, smelling salts. Oh, that one burns. The fuck.
You should just shove it up your nose for the whole episode.
God, that would suck so bad. Oh, dude, it wakes you up, but shit.
It probably doesn't smell good.
No, it doesn't. Have you never done them?
No.
Well, you want one?
Actually, no. That's a lie. I think on a hockey tournament someone had one, but like it was like
Woo!
Did it like once. It wasn't like did it once like it's a drug. No, I've never. I don't know. It didn't work, but
it woke me up last night. Like,
yeah, maybe you should just try doing mustard packets instead.
God, who's that? Mark Letestu?
Yeah, apparently that helps with cramps.
Yeah, apparently it ends cramping like immediately. It's like a miracle
that's
cure.
Crazy.
But yeah, and Chicklets and Whitney's like, no, I'd rather have to go through fucking cramps to do that. Mustard's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Oh man, hockey players, different breed.
Oh, whoa, that one went in my eye.
You can be like Ovechkin, where you drink like 3 Dr. Peppers through a game.
Dude, that makes no sense. I would never be able to drink soda while I'm playing like any type of sport.
That guy's a machine, man.
The machine.
That guy's a machine. How much better would he be? Would he be if he didn't drink soda? Or maybe he'd be worse.
Right.
Maybe he'd just be worse.
He'd be a fourth liner. He'd be back in the KHL. Also, before we get going with the daily routine on Offended with Songs of the Week and everything, if you want to listen to our first 20 episodes, I would do them now. They'll be taken off our feed in the next week or so. Make more room for upcoming episodes and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just we're producing so much content that we have to.
Yeah, and I wasn't really on the first 20 episodes, so fuck them.
Yeah, you know what? Don't listen to those episodes. I'm just gonna take them off now. Okay, so
yeah,
the episodes aren't really good.
Put them in the archives.
Right. All right, let's get into songs of the week. We got an eventful lot of wrestling to talk about today.
Yeah, I got to send you. I have my list all set up from the last 3 episodes. To
Finally,
send you, so. The Rock has come back. Okay, just had to get that out. I'll start it off.
What's
I guess.
Your first song, dude?
My first.
It
song
doesn't matter what your first song is.
Hey.
We've never done that before.
I don't know. I kind of want to do it more to people though. If I ever make it out in public again.
You got to.
Hopefully, old boy isn't listening to this, so he can make fun of me for being sick.
Oh, our stalker on Twitter, that guy?
That weird guy on Twitter, whoever that is.
Yeah, it's weird because he's from St. Louis, and he
yeah,
knows a lot of stuff that I feel like we don't really discuss a whole lot about on the air. So I feel like we know who he is.
Yeah, what a bum. Honestly, I really don't care. When the people I know are ripping on me about my health and stuff because it's all fun and games. And
it's a fucking burner.
That's what we do. But when it's just some weird burner account guy from 2017 that clearly has St. Louis ties and says shit, it's like, buddy, if I found you, you make fun of that shit and I don't know you, it's going to piss me off and I'm going to, not to sound like a super duper tough guy, but I would put your head through a fucking ground.
If I saw him in person, I think I would punch him in the face for real.
Yeah.
He brought up
Fucking
Katie and
schmuck.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, who are you? But that's the thing too. He's one of those trolls where it's no, we don't know his name or nothing about him, where he we can't really say anything other than the fact that he's just a piece of shit person.
Well, and he said stuff about JCD and I was like, that's weird. The only way you would know stuff about JCD is if you actually listen to the show, religiously.
Yeah, and then stalk him on Facebook.
Yeah, and that's totally what he did. He's like, our show sucks, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, why are you listening to it? Like,
yeah, thanks for the listen, bud.
No doubt. And then I love when we got called nobodies, but our reach was over 1 million again.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
I know. I love
Fucking
it.
buddy guy. My first song this week's going to be by one of my favorite artists, John Bellion. A little song called 80s Films.
Nice.
It's a nice little doodah. Nothing too crazy about it. Just like his music. It's a little feel-good music. Sometimes sad, but, I like being sad.
Did we make it because we have a stalker? I think this means we made it.
I think so.
He
He
probably
probably just hates
verified
our
on
blue.
Twitter now.
He probably just hates our blue stuff, but he is a wrestling fan, I guess. He tweets about wrestling, so...
No, he hates it. No, he said he liked everything else but the wrestling. He said we're the worst wrestling podcast. So it's like, we're not even a wrestling podcast. We talk wrestling. It's like...
Bum. What a bum.
So if you're listening to this, dude, yeah, I mean, he's a piece of shit anyways. Like, hides behind Twitter and acts all tough because you know he's one of those guys that would never say anything to your face because he's such a pussy.
Oh, yeah, and he knows that I would shit on him. I legit would shit my hand and throw it at him. And if
I
that
would
happened
love
out
to
in
see
pub-
that.
If that happened out in public and people were like, what the hell did he just do that for? If people that knew me were like, why did he just do that? And you were like, well, he made fun of his disease. People were like, oh, yeah, that totally... Like, that would totally make sense that Jim was just like, you know what, he's going to use his disease, shit in his hand, and throw it at that guy's face.
Dude, a lot of people like Katie just say he, like, made fun of Katie, and people would just be like, oh, fuck that guy. Like,
yeah, what a bum.
That's one good thing that all the girls like Katie, because then you can have just girls just attack him.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing worse when you have, like, 20 girls just screaming at you.
God, no shit. That's scary.
Because then, like, you have, like, all the other, like, dudes that are around just watching. Like, what did you do to the girl, dude? Are you talking to a girl like that?
Yeah. That is just worse.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. What's
your song? Could you hear that?
What?
That doo-doo-doo?
No.
Okay. I just got a text. I couldn't tell if you heard it or not.
My first song... I picked this as, like, to put on my songs of the week because I was so excited. The song is awesome. I love that they picked it. AC/DC, Are You Ready? It's like, song's awesome. Like, it's a great choice for, like, a wrestling... Like, it actually feels like you're going to watch, like, a wrestling show, in a way. Like...
Yeah, in a way. I kind of said it was...
NFL.
It was a little NFL-ish for me, but I mean, I get it. It makes sense. It is Fox. But yeah, it did kind of pump me up a little bit.
Dude, the production was great. Like, the production value was great. It's just the content. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was a good song for sure.
Yeah, but AC/DC, Are You Ready? I mean, I've been getting pumped up. Like, I almost put that in my blues video over People.
Ooh. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
And then at the end, just put Roman Reigns just everywhere.
Yeah. Poor Roman. All right, so my second song this week's going to be by a little band called Third Eye Blind. A little song called How's It Gonna Be? Not sure if we have it on the list or not already.
I don't think we do.
I know we have a Third Eye Blind song.
I wonder how it's gonna be.
But I don't know if we have that one. Listened to it the other day. Some good little song.
I forget what was said yesterday, but at the bar, somebody brought up a song, and it just was not Third Eye Blind at all. It was just like complete opposite. And they're like, Todd, you know that song? I'm like, oh yeah, I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. And they're like, no, that's not it. And I just kept singing it.
Semi-Charmed Life.
Good times are for the lives that you've been living in.
Oh man, I think that's Creed.
Yeah. And then one of our friends is going to Canada. I'm like, oh, you're going to Canada, eh? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to go see the meese up there. I'm like, you mean moose? No, meese.
All right, we'll get at her then.
Yeah. I'm like, where are you going? She's like, Bam. I'm like, you going to Bam? And she's like, I was like, you going to Bam? And she's like, Bam. Bam. And she goes, no. Oh, it's just the little things that get me through thanks to SmackDown. I was so pissed when I got the tab. I was just like, I'm so pissed I wasted my last 2 hours watching a fucking shit wrestling show. God damn it. Like,
oh yeah. I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
My second song. No Rome. New song by No Rome called Talk Nice.
Son of a bitch.
Did you pick that?
Yeah. Without thinking that you would pick it for some reason.
It
So you
sounds
told
like
me about
a
it and I listened
1975
to it.
song. You know, Georgie mixed that song.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a really good song. I guess I'll just share it with you.
Okay, what's your next song?
God, asshole. My next song, this kind of goes with my Third Eye Blind song because I was listening to him the other day, Three Doors Down, Away from the Sun.
What song is that?
The one, it's like, hold on, let me find the melody. So it's like, I'm so far down, away from the sun again. And that's how they sing it too. It's, I swear they might have used it in an old WWE package, or at least they've used Three Doors Down before. But it's just funny.
At least I used Three Doors Down before.
Three Doors Down is
Christ.
basically like in that group with like Creed, where it's just like, oh yeah, I used to fucking love those guys. It's like, why did I like those guys?
Right, it's like fucking Rob Thomas and Friends.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's just funny to listen to them. Because it's like not a bad song, but it's just like nobody would ever be like,
Oh, dude, it's such a banger.
Dude, fucking, I still love Three Doors Down, man.
Dude, if I go crazy, will you still call me Superman?
Is it... Oh god, what great band names back in the day.
I'm trying to think. What was the song that was in American Pie too? The second one.
Oh god,
It's right when like they like Jim and what's her name like get back together at like the band thing at the very end.
is it a Three Doors Down song?
Yeah. And I would be anything.
Here Without You,
No. Oh fuck.
When I'm Gone, Kryptonite.
No.
It's Not My
And
Time.
I would be anything just to see one day in those shoes. If I could be like that,
Oh yeah,
what
there
would
you
I
go.
do?
Is that the name of the song?
It's What Would I Do, I think is the name of the song.
Of course it is.
I just remember like watching that as a kid. I'm like, man, this is pulling my heartstrings. God damn you, American Pie. And I watch it now. I'm like, fuck, this song sucks.
God damn, a good song.
It is, what a good song.
Oh my god,
We're bringing them back.
Yeah, we are.
Watch, something will happen like in this next week. Be like, Three Doors Down's making a comeback.
Okay, it's Be Like That by Three Doors
Be like
Down.
that. Be like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm about to add it to my Spotify.
Oh, fuck. Well, anyway, my third song this week, I'm going to go with Electric Guest, the new song More. It's a good song. Electric Guest is like slowly becoming one of my favorite bands to listen to.
Like an indie band?
Yeah. You know, Windows Down, Little Roadhead. But
Like indie techno band?
they're like indie poppy a little bit. They could totally like open for the 1975. Like they would fit like right in.
Oh.
I've played you a couple songs by them before. You liked like their other stuff. Like their song Dollar is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I got a dollar in my pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, their
Remember
new
that
song
one?
More is really good.
Nice. Okay, so I guess my fourth and final song, since you took my fifth one. Jerk.
Jerk.
Little song called Get Yourself Together by the Black Keys off their new album.
Dude, I'm just not a Black Keys guy anymore. I think
Really?
I think we talked about this last week where I was just like, I saw videos like from the concert and this looks like really just mellow.
Yeah, Bowman and Corey went to the concert. They said it was really good. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised the concert's good, you know. Like they play good music, so I guess if you wanted to like go and just kind of mellow out,
Dude,
probably
yeah.
do some like Molly and just listen to music.
I've gotten to the point now where I'd like when I go to shows, I mean like I like still going to shows, but I mean like the 1975, like Matt and Kim, U2, fucking they just put on such great performances like while singing, and it's just like it's like I'm getting spoiled because now I would see somebody just up on stage just playing music. I'm like, do something. Like,
Right, yeah.
like John
I
Mayer
understand
was
that.
so fucking boring. That was one of the most boring concerts I've ever been to in my life. And this was like a few years ago.
Yeah, but when you leave there, you're getting laid. John Mayer does all the Mayer does all the foreplay for you.
No, dude, he just puts people to sleep.
Not pussies.
Sorry that the floor is wet. John Mayer's here.
That was the funniest. That was the funniest sign ever.
Oh fuck.
You're right though. Like when I listen to John Mayer, it's like when I'm just like, just like chilling out playing a video game or something, just like on a nice little sunny breezy day. Oh god.
I think it's my favorite John Mayer song for sure.
Gravity's so good. There's a little performance and like they do it in like Times Square. It's Alicia Keys and John Mayer, and they do. It's like Alicia Keys. Oh god, what's the name of the song? It's like one of my favorite ones where the piano starts off. Yeah, it's that one, and then like something to Gravity. Yeah, it is, and there it is, and then like Questlove's on the drums, and it's just like
you got me at Questlove because I fucking love him.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, it's like they kind of like mix playing the songs together, and it's just oh my god, like that's baby making music.
I forget. So last night after the bar, we went to Nicolette's house for a bonfire. I pulled out the old Ric Flair quote where she's like, "Ty, do you come?" And I go, "Will there be booze?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, if there's booze, I'm there, brother."
She's probably like, "Okay."
Will there be booze? Well, if there's booze, I'm there, brother. And you can't see. I started slapping my shoulders.
Hey, I'm Ric Flair, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing at my promo Monday night.
Yeah, I'll kick your ass.
Okay. And you're saying,
dude, Flair was cracking me
up to my mouth. I mean, yeah, it was entertaining, but it was just like, oh man, this guy, man, I feel bad because I think he actually is kind of like
losing it a little bit.
Yeah, man, and it's like shit happens after extremely bad health things where like your brain goes a little bit.
He can't really drink anymore, so it probably hates it.
Oh yeah, I bet. Poor guy.
That's probably why he's losing his mind. He's like, I need a beer. I need booze. I need booze, brother.
I think I feel.
Dude, you need to hear Scorpio Sky do his impression because it's hilarious. He sounds just like him. He does that. Will there be booze?
Will there be booze? Well, then I'll be there.
Well, if there's booze, I'm there, brother.
Oh, all right. Man.
Well, my fourth and fifth song this week. My fourth song by this band, Culture Club. You ever heard of them? Boy George. I'll Tumble For You from the Billy Madison soundtrack. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think.
Downtown, in town, jamming.
There we go. Okay, that's all I needed.
I'll tumble for you.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. He's dancing on the stairs. Yeah. Yeah. My friend Megan posted that on Facebook like the other week. She was like, I heard this song on the radio and I couldn't think what it was from, and I finally found the scene it was from. She like posted the Billy Madison scene, and I was like, oh my god, it's such a good scene.
Yeah, I played it last night, and Wilson gets up. He's like, hey, he starts doing like the foot shuffle that Adam Sandler does in the movie.
Yeah, fuck Wilson,
little bitch.
Yeah, dude, how about Sandler's new like gambling movies coming out with?
Dude, it looks awesome.
Looks pretty fucking awesome.
And it's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes already, too.
I like it. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
So everybody shits on him because he's just been doing whatever he wanted to do the last years. And it's like, yeah, they haven't been the best things, but he's just having fun making whatever movies with his buddies.
He doesn't need to be an Oscar movie.
Yeah. He doesn't need to put out fucking die-hard comedies anymore. He's done enough for us. So yeah, he's having fun with his buddies, putting out some stuff. People want to watch him, they'll watch him. If not, he doesn't give a fuck.
Dude,
he's Adam Sandler.
Like what the nominees might be for the Oscars this year? Like
dude,
Adam
it's
Sandler,
nuts.
Shia LaBeouf, like Robert Downey Jr. Like what? Joaquin Phoenix is getting like a bunch of praise right now.
Yeah. I don't like. If it's a Netflix movie, will it count? Like, I mean, that fucking the Irishman's supposed to be pretty fucking good. So, might be some serious contender. I'm happy. Shia LaBeouf, I'm pulling for huge, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
Right. And my fifth song, It's one of my all-time favorite songs. Doesn't get talked about enough. But by Jackie Wilson, Your Love Keeps on Lifting Me Higher and Higher. Such a phenomenal song. It is just such a phenomenal old song that people forget about.
That is a good song.
Your love lifting me higher.
That's in a movie, too.
Been lifted before. Ghostbusters 2, man. That's the song the Ooze dances to.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, they figured out, like, the Ooze only likes one song, and it's Jackie Wilson's Your Love Keeps on Lifting Me Higher, so they play it, and that's how they can walk in the Statue of Liberty, because the Ooze wakes up.
Oh, that's right.
Ghostbusters 2
Nice.
is underratedly good.
Yeah, you know what's not good is the one they remade.
Yeah, no, that was stupid.
It is the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack. Well done. Knew it was in something.
Thank you.
You're
And that
welcome.
was your Songs of the Week. Make sure to go check out our playlist exclusively on Spotify at Offended Presents Songs of the Week. Once Jim sends over his list, we'll get it updated.
Yes, sir. That's my bad.
Yeah, it is fucking bad. Well, before we move on, we have one file still on this piece of shit software, and we're going to play that ad for you, Mr. Kyle Forche.
What's up, everybody? Kyle Fauché here to tell you about my brand new podcast, the Going Off Topic podcast, brought to you by the Anything But Credible Network. On Going Off Topic, I look at all forms of media, from different real and theoretical angles that you don't usually hear about. From movies, to TV, to music, to sports, to gaming, to anything really. You never know what the topic will be, but you're guaranteed a new angle and a different conversation about it, that's for sure. You can find Going Off Topic anywhere and everywhere that you get your podcasts. Check out our social media feeds on Facebook, Going Off Topic with Kyle Fauché, on Twitter, going_off_topic, and don't forget about anythingbutcredible.com, where you can find everything for the pod, including the written blog posts. That's right, we're carrying over the Going Off Topic blog to anythingbutcredible.com too. So check it all out there, and I'll catch you on the next topic.
All right. So, before we get into all the wrestling talk and everything, one of my friends, we're going to keep this, we're going to keep the name hidden. I might accidentally say it, just because I'm an idiot. But she got a Bumble message the other day.
Okay.
She matched with Bumble, and she showed me the message last night, and I'm like, can you please send me this? Because it's just fucking hilarious.
Is it creepy, or is it just like a solid pickup line?
It's more like he's a puss. And
Okay.
like but like also like kind of creepy. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's Bumble, so yeah.
But yeah, she's just like, dude, read this. And I read it out loud, but I read it in AJ Styles' voice.
Okay.
So she's like, I wonder if that's what his voice sounds like. I was like, I sure hope not. Speaking of AJ Styles, I was watching his like little Cribs thing on Up Up Down Down.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
And the part where he's like, yeah, it's my house. You know, I didn't build it. You know, I bought it. And he's like, and what's that? Well, you might see some stuff that like, you know, I got all the cool stuff in my house. You might see some stuff that might shock you. Look, what's that over there? Is that Roku? Yeah, I have 4 kids.
He's the man.
All right, here's the message. I'm going to read it as AJ Styles. Bumble messages by AJ Styles. Flaky people can't deal with flaky people that don't do what they say, keep their word. I'm very open, so someone who can't communicate or share their feelings, wants, needs, or whatever. Life is too short. Keep things inside. Someone who drinks a lot. I am not a big drinker and never have been. If you get wasted all the time, probably not a good fit. Chipped nail polish? It's so bad. Literally my biggest pet peeve. I know, I have issues. Ha ha ha. Someone who is really sloppy or messy. Someone who thinks cum is gross. I mean, you don't have to love and crave mine, but you can at least try to pretend.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the message. That's the message. That was it. It starts off it starts off like kind of like normal, and then it just turns immediately.
That sounds like a creepy, like, missed connections, like, Craigslist thing.
Right, and she goes, her reply, oh, fuck, she didn't send me her replies, but her reply was, she goes, I mean, it's not that I don't like cum, just hand me a towel and be a gentleman.
Was this just, like, the first message the guy sent?
I think they've been talking for a little bit, but, like,
Oh,
but she was like, after that, she was like, I'm not talking to him anymore, and she's like, I decided to fuck with him.
Wow.
Literally my biggest chip nail polish. Easily my biggest pet peeve.
That's gross.
Yeah.
That's
so
just
when
weird.
Thinks cum is gross, I mean, you don't have to love and crave mine, but you can at least pretend.
That's disturbing. Oh my god. Oh, jeez.
Hilarious.
Hey, pause for 1 sec.
Oh, god damn it.
Sorry.
So what's your overall take on the message?
That guy's probably had like one girlfriend in his life, and I think he's just like not okay as a person.
You think?
That's just weird. Who just like comes out with saying that?
Weirdos, dude.
I don't think I could ever say that. Like that's definitely more weird than like if I was on like a first date with someone and like brought up the fact that like I have like IBS.
Right.
Like at least my weirdness is understandable. That is just like, actually, I don't even know if that's a good comparison. It's just like, who just has a list of their like pet peeves just ready to fucking ramble off to someone? That's just weird. That's just shit you bring up in the middle of the relationship one day and just like fight about one day. Just like, can you just not fucking have chipped nails for once? And then you just start a fight. And then they leave you alone, and then you're like able
right,
to
that's
go
when
hang
you're
out.
just like, that's when you're just like really annoyed with the person, and you just look down like, "Fuck you!" Like
that's ammo you just hold, so like you can just start a fight. So she'll be mad and be like, "Why don't you just go out with your friends?" You're like, "Fine, I will." And then you're out with your friends. You're like, "Haha."
trying to suck any dick on the way to the car. Snitchy bitches.
Trying to suck any dick on the way to the car. Oh my god. I don't know why that popped me so hard. I don't know, man. That's just weird. Like, if I was her, I mean, I'm assuming she probably just, is done talking to that guy.
You would hope.
Yeah, you would hope so. It's just, I'm like, yeah, I guess that guy just played it off cool for, I don't know, whatever, however long they were talking on Bumble, but...
No idea.
Jesus Christ. Figure it out, fellas.
No
I mean, I'm not Mr. Relationship guy, I got 3 failed ones. Blame myself. But, at least I'm honest about myself, Hey, Jim, you're just kind of a dick. All right, yeah.
Why'd you break up with them? Was it because they had chipped fingernails, brother?
Yeah, dude, that and, I guess... What was it? He dried cum or something?
No, he's like, you don't have to, like, pretend or like my cum. Or you don't have to, like or love my cum, but at least pretend to like it or something like that.
Bro, no, dude, like, my own cum bothers me. Like,
you ever shot that shit in your eyes on accident? Shit fucking burns. You think she likes it? I don't think so, brother.
Like, the one time, like, a girl, like, liked me enough to be like, oh, yeah, I'll swallow your cum or whatever. Like, it happened, and I literally just apologized after. I was like, I'm so sorry you just did that for me. Like,
sorry.
I was like, that's just like...
Here, I'll give you a hug, but first, here's a towel.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry. Legit apologize. I felt bad. I was just like, oh my god, like, oh god, that's just disgusting. Not you as a person, but just like what just came out of me, and you did that. Thank you, but oh my god, what do you want? Steak? Want steak all week? Oh god, what a weirdo, man. There's some weird dudes out there.
Right.
Oh god, that's worse than what Austin Matthews did.
We're not getting into that again.
No, we won't.
Yeah, and then also last night, which I'm assuming this will be on Monday's episode of Anything But Credible, Grifford comes up to me. He's like, dude, I wrote a new conspiracy theory. I'm like, oh yeah? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm losing it. And he showed me what it was, and it's a conspiracy theory about himself.
Wow, I'm intrigued.
And he's like, who is Grifford? Do I even exist? What's going on? Like, it's like a page long of like him just like asking questions about himself. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
damn, bro. He must have had a day.
yeah, I was like, were you high when you wrote these? He goes, no, not at all. Like,
dude, I'm really intrigued by that because I feel like I've definitely had like 100 of those days the last like year since I've been sick where I'm just like, fuck, I run out of things to do and think about. I'm just like, man, what am I? Am I even really sick? Like, there's times that I've been so sick where I'm just like, am I even sick?
Am I even sick?
Like, is this all made up? Like, is my family in on this? Like, are they just like, hey, he's just so fucked up, we're just going with it? Damn.
Yeah.
I just want to hear Griff explain it too.
Dude, yeah, I was just reading it and I was just like, what the fuck is this, dude? He's like, yeah, dude, I lost it.
Damn.
And last story before we get into Spider-Man was at Aldi the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like getting ready, like the people. Have you ever been to Aldi? Like,
yes.
So like how the carts work and everything. Like when you're checking out, like if you
you gotta like put a quarter in or some weird shit.
Yeah, but like when you check out, like you move your cart like to like the end, and they just put it like they check everything and put it in the cart for you, and you just walk over and put it like in a bag or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people in front of us, they were still getting their stuff out of the cart, and the one mom's like, all right, pick up that stuff, bring it over here. And the daughter's like, no, I'm not going to bring everything over here, you fucking crazy. And she's like, just get it. And she said that the daughter takes this, like a thing of butter and just chucks it at the mom and just smokes the wall. Like,
what?
Yeah. And dude, me, Katie, and the cashier, I looked at the cashier and I just go, like, I had to turn my head, and all three of us had to turn around because we were just cracking up. But just get it, just throw.
No, I'm getting nothing. I'm gonna throw this butter stick at you.
She was like, the mom was like 40, and like the kid was like, they had to be 20. Like, it's like,
which Aldi were you at?
One by Kings Highway. Not Kings Highway. Gravois by like. When you could turn on the Kings Highway. If that makes sense.
Oh man, why the fuck you go to the one all the way down there?
I live right there. That's like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, you might as well go to the one by the fucking. Oh shit! Did they tear that down? No, it should be there. The one by the fucking by All American.
Dude, I think that's actually further.
Yeah, but you probably ain't got to deal with fucking
I don't know.
20-year-old child chucking butter at his mother.
I don't know. I was highly entertained. Just get it.
Just get it. No. Oh my god, dude. I don't know how I would react in that situation.
Dude, it was like 5 inches from just smoking this woman in the back of the head. And it was like a thud when it hit the wall too, because it was like a whole packet of butter. Like,
oh my god, dude. I'm one of those people where I'm like, you should never like pull your phone on record. Like, I guess if it's like, a legit fight or something like that, but if it's some weird shit like that, dude, I would have had my phone out in a second.
Dude, I wish like I would have known that it was coming. Otherwise, I would have taped it because it was so funny. Because the way that she just was like, get it, and the face got all angry. Her face just got angry when she was told to get it. And
yeah.
She just turns around, grabs it so angrily, and just chucks it like a girl, and just smokes the wall. Like,
my god,
dude, I was dying. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't think I told you how I basically got like almost a round of applause and some cheers at McDonald's last Saturday morning.
What?
Okay, so I was house sitting for my sister last weekend, and I've just been craving like a breakfast like sandwich, like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from fucking McDonald's forever. And she lives like right by one, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go inside. That way if I have to like go to the bathroom, I can use the bathroom. So, of course, it's busy on the inside. I'm like, all right, whatever. So, of course, you go in there and they don't even have anybody to actually order the food from. You got to fucking use the stupid-ass screen or whatever.
I like doing that better.
God. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I just don't like dealing with people.
It's weird because it's in a weird spot and you don't know who's like ordered or not. So you're like, are we waiting to order? Or like, are you waiting to use this fucking screen? I don't know. It's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo for me. So anyway, do pick my order in. Out it prints, the ticket that comes with the number on it. That it's your number. So they call your number, so you get your food, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting there, and of course it's taking a while. And I'm sitting there, some old people around, and every time they bring food out, they're just like, I got 2 hash browns, a pancake, blah blah blah. They like list off the order, and so people are kind of like hesitant to like go up there, go, hey, what'd you say? So they'll repeat the order again, and people are like, I didn't quite catch what you say because you're rattling off this whole list of food. So blah blah, they're all people are getting their food and whatever. So then it was like getting close to mine. So the manager whatever brings out like 2 different bags and he's like, I got hash browns, blah 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 blah. Start like list off these like 2 different orders, and I thought I heard mine, but I was like, man, what the hell? So the manager like gets mad and is like, okay, what are we waiting on? And I go, well, what number is the goddamn order, bud? And he goes, 691, and that was mine. I go, why didn't you just say the number? And he's like, bro, I go, if you, I'm like, I don't mean to be rude, man, but you had a room full of people and you're just listing off different objects or like items. If you just read the number that goes with the order, the person that has the ticket is waiting for that number. So when they hear that number, they're going to walk up, and he goes, I understand. I go, I don't think you do, because if you just said the number, you wouldn't be standing here yelling at us like, what are we waiting for? And he's like, ugh, and everybody's like, literally like people are just like, yeah, man, just say the number. like clapped me, and I was like, dude, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like, bro, I literally was like, there's a system to this, man. Like, here's the food. You see the ticket with the bag. It's the number. You yelled the number. I have that number. I'm going to go. I hear that number. I'm going to pick it up instead of you rambling off French toast and pancakes, man. And he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, I'm just trying to be helpful. And people were just like, man, I'm glad somebody said something. And I was like, it's just a simple system, man. The people were like, yeah, like starting to rile up against the guy. And I was like, I'm not trying to like get everybody going, dude. They're telling you how to run a store.
You started a riot at McDonald's.
But I was just like, bro, just say the number. Like, why are you listing off all this food, bro?
Dude, it just reminds me of like, I'm sitting here just cracking up to myself. So I'm just picturing like the Krusty Krab and just like a fish in the background. I'll be like, just say the number. Like,
yeah. I was just like, I wasn't gonna like say anything like until he like got mad at the people standing there, like because nobody was coming up to get the food. He's like, what are we waiting for? What are you guys waiting for? And I was just like, okay, bro, no, like just say the number. Literally, if you get a tip, people are like, okay, I'm order 691. Okay, I'm gonna wait to hear 691, not to hear that I ordered 5 pancake platters for my fucking family of 7. Like, just say the number, bro. That's so much. 691, order 691. It's like the most original thing you do at fucking food places, bro.
They dumb it down for you. Like,
yeah, and the fact that he was like, I understand that. And I was like, I don't think you do, dude. You haven't yelled one number, bro.
I don't think you did, buddy.
It was funny, though. It's like these old guys that were like standing there. They were like fed up with the shit, too. They were just like, man, I'm glad you said something, man. Fuck it, man. These youth don't know how to do anything. He's like, you're one of the good ones. And I was like, man, it's just common sense. He's like, I know. I was like, yeah. I walked out of there feeling like a king. Like I just changed the world. And I was just pissed off because I had to poop really bad, too. And I was taking the risk of going in there to order a goddamn breakfast sandwich. So that was my hero moment of the weekend. Is just almost starting a riot at McDonald's over not knowing how to announce food properly. God damn. Ugh. I felt like an ass, but somebody had to say something.
Yeah, I mean, something had to be done.
Something had to be done at McDonald's. Bring back Ronald, for Christ's sakes.
I doubt. What's he been up to? Smoking crack? Idiot.
Drugs.
Whoppers are doing so much better than me.
Yeah. Did you see that shit where Burger King was like not going to sell Whoppers for a day to help McDonald's? Like,
it's kind of cool
because it was, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure people already have their preference between like Whopper and Big Mac.
Whopper, no onion.
Yeah. So I was like, I mean, I get why they're doing it. It was cool, but at the same time, like, if I wanted a Whopper that day, they're like, oh, we're not doing it. We're trying to help support McDonald's. I'd be like, but I don't want a Big Mac today. Like, I wanted a Whopper. I don't know. I mean, I got the concept, but I was just kind of like, it's not gonna make me go buy a.
I don't want a Big Mac.
That's not gonna make me go buy a Big Mac. And the pickles.
Sweet and sour sauce on my pussy.
Yeah. Whopper. It's a very that's one of the better stand-ups out there, but obviously Dane Cook just kind of turned into a douche.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird dude right now.
Yeah. Remember he had his moment in the sun.
Like, isn't he dating somebody like almost 20 years younger than him right now? Which is not a big deal, but it's like at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's weird, but at the same time, that old chick started banging out Pete Davidson, so.
And she's hot.
True. Dan Cook's a good-looking guy. He's all right. He can get by. He got money.
He got money.
Yeah, you know.
Well, he almost didn't. Didn't his brother like steal like millions of dollars from him?
Yeah, his brother just like tried to like destroy him, and he's like, "Fuck you, man." He's like, "No, I'm gonna sue you, and you're gonna go to jail."
You fucking idiot.
I would do the same thing. Shut up, dog. We sound like we're so mean to our dogs on this show, or at least I do, but at the same time.
Well, my dogs aren't here right now. They're at the cabin with Katie. It's been so
I
peaceful.
saw that. They look like they're having a blast.
Yeah, apparently the first meeting of the other dogs didn't go very well at first.
Yeah, it's a little iffy.
Couple snaps, but apparently now everybody's good.
Yeah, once they smell each other's wieners, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, and because they had him on a fucking leash, I'm like, you should just brought him inside the first time. Like,
yeah, true.
Like, they don't like being on a leash, and other dogs aren't on a leash. Like, it's like a dominant thing.
Yeah, it's like, why am I restrained? Why is this guy better than me?
Mm-hmm.
You think you're better than me?
What the fuck are you looking at? You think you're better than me? Tough
they
guy?
call me Mr. Pig.
See, I think of the other guys. You think you're better than me? Huh? I'm wearing the belt. Got my big boy pants on.
I'm a peacock, baby.
I'm a peacock? You gotta let me fly, Captain.
Oh, God.
So, Spider-Man back in the MCU for now.
Thanks to
Mr. Tom Holland.
We don't deserve Tom Holland.
We don't deserve Tom Holland.
We don't deserve Tom Holland one bit.
No, we don't. This is for one movie. Apparently, this movie is going to focus on like Peter Parker more than like Spider-Man, as like he's trying to cope with like the world knowing that his identity and shit.
That'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds different.
Yeah, it'll be better than anything Tobey Maguire's done. So,
I can't believe people actually like him.
I know. Ugh.
Like, Andrew Garfield was 10 times better than fucking Toby.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
I don't even think it's, like, fucking close.
Yeah. It's like, I used to like the first Spider-Man, because I was like, oh, cool, a Spider-Man movie, this is cool. And then it was just like, oh.
Yeah, Tom Holland puts out a movie, and you're like, oh, this is what it could be.
Oh, this is what it was supposed to be all along. Yeah, man, I feel like when this all went down, like, you know, when they were like, oh, MCU and Sony are feuding, I feel like we both were like, man, Tom Holland's going to save this. There's no way.
Yeah.
Sure enough. I wonder how the conversation went. Hi. Just,
hey,
you know, I really like this movie, guys. And I'm doing his American accent. And, you know, it's just, people like it.
Nothing.
People like it, and I like it. And, you know, we got fans, man, and this is just kind of some petty stuff, man. Can we just make the movie?
Yeah, guys, this isn't... What? No, you sound like somebody else. You sound like, guys, you sound like fucking Morty.
I don't know, guys. Oh, come on, Sony.
Oh, jeez, Sony, come on. That's not cool, man.
Oh, jeez.
Let them stay in the MCU. Like, Jesus Christ. So stupid. You guys are really fucked up. You guys really fucked up big time.
Yeah. It's probably just like the most proper conversation. It's probably just like, guys, what are we doing here? Like, come on. What are you guys being selfish for?
He was probably like, all right, just so you know, I spoil every movie. So if we're just making a Sony movie, I'm going to spoil it.
That would be awesome.
And then he was like, it's me or Toby. It's like, all right, let him back in the MCU.
Do you think when he got on the phone, it was like... It's like, oh, hey, Mr. Sony, whatever. The guy like said his name, and he was like, oh, we're using our real names. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Tom Holland.
Oh, I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, We're using our made up names. Okay. Oh god, yeah, man, that's huge though. Hopefully they keep going with it.
I think it will. I think it's going to be like Greg said. I think it's going to be. This is time now for Disney to go and buy Spider-Man back.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. I mean, shit, you got that subscription coming out, in November?
It's not like Disney can't afford it.
Right, yeah, they can afford it now even, but that like subscription thing they got coming out, like everybody's going to be buying that. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, my sister, I was like, are you going to buy, like, the one with the nephews? It's like, are you guys going to buy this? They're like, yeah. Just have every Disney movie, just leave it on for my kid. Duh. And I was like, sweet, let me get that account.
Yeah, let me get that Star Wars, dude.
This is going to be more for me than it is for them. Oh, we want to watch fucking Paw Patrol or something. No. You're going
to watch Miracle. We've already watched that like 10 times a day, but it's free.
Shut up, we're a family.
We're a family. We're a family.
Damn it, Uncle Jim's drunk again, just yelling about being a family watching Miracle. Oh, man. But yeah, it's good news, man. Thank God for Tom
Such
Holland.
Good shit.
Like I said, we don't deserve that guy.
No, we don't.
I kind of want to see what else he gets into, though, outside of Spider-Man. Because the guy's a really good actor. And he's funny as shit. I feel like he's got some range.
Who, Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, they need to make fucking Back to the Future 4 and let him be Marty McFly Jr.
Yep, that'd be perfect. And the kid's, 23?
Yeah, dude. Well, what a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's well past the age of, going into, probably, drug issues and alcoholism or something. So, there's no downfall for this guy.
He's got his head on straight.
I bet we see him and Robert Downey Jr. in a movie together again outside of, the MCU.
Holy shit.
What?
Did you see the free games on PlayStation Plus this month?
Well,
I told you about one. The Last of Us. Fucking phenomenal game.
Okay.
Download that, dude. Because you have PlayStation Plus, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, download it. Put it in your library.
What other games are coming out?
It's like a zombie Uncharted game. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, nice.
And the other one's MLB The Show. The newest
one from this past year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I already have that. I'm actually currently playing it as we speak.
Oh, all right. Well,
but I'm actually considering selling my PlayStation because I'm just, over video games somewhat.
Don't do it. I've seen so many people sell, their PlayStation within, a month. They're like, why did I do that?
Yeah, but I've been going back and forth, oh, man, should I get... And I almost bought NHL the other day, and I was just like, dude, it's just, not... it's just not worth it for me to buy it.
You need to play with friends again. That's what you're missing.
I'm not going to buy WWE.
I am, just because the fucking Fiend sold me.
I just can't get into it. I'll buy AEW's video game.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be fucking No Mercy, which you never played.
Sorry, I wasn't poor and had a Nintendo.
What?
Wasn't it on Nintendo?
64? You said that's the poor person's machine? Their games were the most expensive.
Bro, if you had a PlayStation, your parents had a nice minivan.
I had a PlayStation 1 and a Nintendo 64 and a Sega Genesis, you kumquat.
Well, you're just spoiled.
And I had a Sega Game Gear. Remember that?
You're just spoiled. That's where you are. Spoiled rotten.
Bitch.
No, I never had a Nintendo because 2 kids in my neighborhood... I've told you this before. 2 kids in my neighborhood had a Nintendo, so it's oh, fuck yeah. Let's go fucking play your Nintendo. Bitches.
Alright, well, it's the hour mark, brother. That doesn't mean we have to drink booze, but that means we have to talk about wrestling.
Alright, let's get into it.
Alright, here it goes. Your wrap-up for the week. It sucks that SmackDown was so bad because, the rest of the week was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Even Raw was good, except for the ending. But, Raw was still good.
Yeah, it was better.
But,
that's for sure. What should we talk about first?
Let's get SmackDown out of the way.
Okay, let's get into it.
One thing that was brought up on Twitter, it was I'm just going to jump right into what people were pissed about. So we had one of our buddies, Dave, was there in the show. And when the show ended, the fans are like, that's it? Like, apparently, like, nobody got up, like, from their seats after, like, 5 minutes after the show ended because they were expecting either 205 Live, which was advertised.
Right.
Which apparently now is canceled.
Okay.
I'm not sure, because the Cruiserweight title's on the line on NXT next week.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, and they were also advertised. I mean, you saw this on commercials. They advertised The Undertaker, Sting, and Stone Cold.
Right.
And they even kind of made it seem like Cena was going to be there. Like,
yeah.
That's
Granted, Cena did tweet out, like, I think a day or two before. He's like, I'm not going to be there, so.
Yeah. And, like, that's literally false advertising. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we all know everything changes last minute with Vince and on these shows, but, like, I mean, you got these guys promoted. They're huge guys, and then you just fucking have nothing with them.
Right. And, you know, I get the whole card subject to change, and that's how WWE basically gets out of getting sued by the fans. And to me, like, that was brought up on Twitter, like, card subject to change. I'm like, I don't care that it's card subject to change. It's bullshit. Don't advertise it if you know full well that they're not going to be on the fucking show. Like,
yeah.
I think that's absolute bullshit. And, you know, I'm sorry, but, like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but Ja Rule in, like, the Fire Festival, like, basically that was fraud because he committed, like, because he was basically doing false advertisement. Like, that was fraud. Couldn't this kind of be the same thing? Like,
yeah, it's almost like, I mean, we understand the loopholes there, but it's like, okay, well,
yeah, WWE's manipulated it, and they're using it in their benefit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's been manipulated, and it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I get it, 'cause on the other hand, if they didn't show up, people are like, why are we wasting time with fucking Undertaker and Sting and not giving these guys times?
But at the same time, I was kind of like, I was waiting for Austin. Like,
yeah, I'm not surprised he wasn't there, because they've used him on Raw so much, and you had Rock showing up.
Yeah, but it's Stone Cold. Like, you're telling me Stone Cold couldn't have walked out at the beginning with Rock?
I know. I was actually hoping that was going to happen.
I was waiting for the glass to shatter. I was waiting for it.
So was I, because that would have been... I could have turned off the TV then and been satisfied.
Yeah, I thought Corbin was going to eat a stunner and then into, like, a rock bottom or something.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be... Yeah, I thought he was going to be there, too, a little bit, because I kept promoting him. Because at first I was like, nah, he won't be there, you know. Maybe he is, like, helping promote it, like a commercial or something, but just like, you know, whatever. I expect that. But I was like, I didn't think he'd be there. Then I was like, yeah, he might actually be there. And then...
Well, fuck, they advertised it on Raw. They were like, Stone Cold gonna be there.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I'm upset that I wasted 2 hours of my Friday night.
Yeah, and Dave said, in person, he said the show was good up until the Rowan match. Like, in person, he thought it was a fun show. And then he said he got back home and watched it, and he's like, I can see why people didn't think the show was that good. Like...
Yeah.
Because it is a totally different atmosphere when you go and see it live. Like, fuck, when I saw, what was it? I saw when Money in the Bank was here last. I didn't really enjoy the pay-per-view, but people on Twitter were like, that show sucked. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's a different feel for sure.
Yeah. But SmackDown, man, I mean, it was just so underwhelming. Like...
Yeah, I think Toph made like kind of a message about it on Facebook, and he pretty much summed it up where it's like, they covered it up with, they made it look pretty on the outside, and then, the inside, they just covered shit up with like pretty effects. Like, oh, we got this cool intro, this new entrance, The Rock was there, yada, 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 but all in all, it didn't do shit for the pay-per-view Sunday, and it ended up just being like another SmackDown.
Yeah. Nothing mattered. Does SmackDown have any matches for this Sunday? Like, what is the fucking card for...
Dude, so there was only 3 matches that were announced until, I think, yesterday or today. They announced that Bayley's going to wrestle Charlotte for the title. So we got that match. Fiend and Rollins Hell in a Cell, Becky, Sasha Hell in a Cell, and Rowan, Daniel Bryan against, Roman, Daniel Bryan against those two guys. It's like, that's your fucking build. That's your fucking build, and it's like, it's because they're more worried about this fucking crown jewel shit. I'll just say, dude, Fox and Saudi Arabia have Vince by his fucking deflated grapefruits. I mean, it's just what it is. And I'm fucking sick of the fucking smart marks out there when, like, we post something like, I can't believe Brock won, but they're like, well, I mean, dude, like, Fox paid billions of dollars, so, like, they're gonna want what they want. It's like, yeah, no shit, dude. Like, we know that. Like, you can think past that. We're well aware of all the inside shit, the business stuff, the fucking, yeah, they paid billions of dollars. They're gonna want what they want. Cool. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it good stuff. Like, we're not, we're supposed to accept it because they paid billions of dollars? No, dude. Like, I'm a professional wrestling fan. Been watching this shit since I was 7 because I fucking love professional wrestling and stories. I don't fucking get into this stuff to fucking watch fucking UFC takeover and fucking boxing and fucking rappers and musicians and actors and shit. And it's like I said to that guy who was like, well, yeah, dude, obviously they're doing it to, like, boost ratings. Yeah, you want to know why? Because they have no idea how to use their fucking roster, who worked their ass off their whole life. Watch guys like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, The Rock, fucking Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, all these fucking guys who are wrestlers and put stories on. They didn't fucking work their ass off to get to the top, to get to the best company, to eventually, out of nowhere, have their spots taken by UFC guys, boxers, a fucking Goldberg who wants to come back to show his son what he used to do. Fuck you, Bill. Buy the fucking network, sit your kid down on his fat ass, and tell him to fucking watch your matches that way. Tell him to watch you versus Regal so he knows how bad of a fucking wrestler you were. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck everybody telling me, like, well, dude, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Guess what, bro? After Sunday, my WWE card's about to be turned in. I'll watch NXT and AEW, and that's it. Because it's just fucking... It's just embarrassing, man. It's gotten out of hand.
Yeah, it's gotten out of hand. It's gotten to the point where it's insulting almost to watch it.
Yeah,
and
it is, man.
Like, how you, like, and Sunday's pay-per-view is a perfect example. Like, the last, 10 pay-per-views they put on, they've had 10 matches announced. At least minimum 8 to 10 matches announced. You have 4.
Yeah.
4.
Fuck, sometimes they have, like, 10-plus matches announced.
4. You have 4 fucking matches. Did WWE forget that they have to promote a fucking pay-per-view even though Fox is coming up? Like,
I guess, dude, and they should have been using Fox to keep promoting the pay-per-view and building up, dude. Their head's so far into the entertainment part of this shit, and I get it. It is sports entertainment. And trust me, you don't got to fucking come on us at Twitter and be like, well, you remember they did, like, the Mike Tyson stuff and this and that and da-da-da.
Yeah, but
Mike
they used Mike Tyson,
like, good.
Yeah, it was used correctly in a story. Like, you can use celebrities when it's done correctly.
Yeah, all this stuff is just like... And dude, and I tweeted nothing against Tyson Fury or Cain Velasquez, and I know Cain's been doing wrestling and stuff, and that's awesome. That's cool. Good for him. I'm glad that he likes the business and stuff. But that doesn't mean that he should be thrown in to the spot with Brock just to promote Crown Jewel. And I've been saying this for the last, 2 years. These stupid Super Showdowns, these Crown Jewels, they ruin all the pay-per-views coming up next. We should be building towards fucking Survivor Series, having a fucking long-ass story strung out. But instead, all we're going to be hearing about is shit building up. It's a fucking Crown Jewel. And these big superstar showdowns, man, and it's just ruining it. And I get it. It's like, well, Vince is trying to grow the product. I mean, it's more for, like, the, what do they say, like, the wrestling fans might know that, but they're trying to get, like, the casual fans. Dude, fuck the casual fans, because as soon as these guys are done and they get their paycheck and they do their one-off, those casual fans that tuned in to watch them aren't going to fucking watch anymore, dude.
Right.
And I get it. Like, Vince is trying to grow it, and they're bringing in more money, blah, blah, blah. Cool, dude. But you're bringing in all this money, but what are you doing with it? How about you take that money and pay some benefits for your fucking wrestlers who wrestle 300-plus days out of the year and want to fucking make a name for themselves and fucking build stories for something they've done their whole life and love instead of fucking paying these one-off guys? I'm just sick of it, man. It's insulting to us. It really is, and it's just getting way too out of hand. Fucking call me a whiner. Call me an AEW mark. Now, I don't fucking care. Just sick of it. I'm sick of being treated like a dumbass, and I'm supposed to be a pawn and just enjoy it and just be glad. I'm sure it'll bring in ratings. Cool. It'll bring in the outside fan. You know what else brings in outside fans? fucking hearing badass stories that are going on TV, like
good
fucking Austin
entertainment,
and them.
like good entertainment
Yeah,
shows.
man.
Like we'll bring in fucking fans. Like
Yeah.
it makes no sense to me because it's like WWE. Like I said this to somebody last night. They're like, "Oh, don't watch that." I go, "No, that's not the point. I like wrestling. I'm gonna watch it." But the fact, what's so fucking annoying is that they have the most talented roster in the fucking world, and yet they can't put on a good show because Vince doesn't know what the fuck to do anymore.
Yep, he doesn't know what to do. So, and it's like I told that guy. Like I said, they bring these guys in, all these people, because they don't know how to make their own ratings. And you know what? And fuck you, idiots that are like, "Well, did you see Jay and Silent Bob on fucking AEW?" Oh God, they had 2 guys on there that are actually cool within the pop culture wrestling world. They like wrestling, and honestly, Kevin Smith, when he was getting interviewed, he kind of cut himself off being like promoting the show. He's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, the movie, blah blah blah," and just was like, I'm just excited for this. This is just awesome." He was just being a fan.
Yeah,
he wasn't there to got fucking Quavo coming out in Ric Flair's robe.
Well, they did it, and like when they did it quick. They're like, "Okay,
Yep.
we're gonna go to Kevin Smith real quick. We're gonna do it really quick. It's basically like cool down for the fans, so we can get until we get the next match going." Like,
yeah, but Kevin Smith isn't going to be in a match at what's the pay-per-view they're doing? AEW's upcoming
Full
pay-per-view.
Gear.
Full Gear. Yeah, and like Kevin Smith's going to get into the ring for a fucking one-off. WWE is turning into the WCW of fucking 2000, 2001, where they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It totally has.
They're digging for ratings. And I feel bad, man. I feel bad being like, I'm done with Raw and SmackDown. Because I feel bad because it's like you got The Fiend, you got Seth Rollins. And that's the other thing. These guys like Seth Rollins and these guys, when they get interviewed about, if like Cain Velasquez and stuff, they have to bite their tongue and be like, "Oh, yeah, it's great, man. It's totally good. It's going to bring outsiders in." And you can just tell and know deep down, they're like, "I don't give a fuck about these one-offs. This is bad.
right?
This is just bad." Some of the wrestlers' tweets last night, like Gargano had a tweet, and one of the females down in NXT, I don't think it was Io Shirai, but their tweets were kind of like about Kofi, and you could tell it was almost like they couldn't say like they're disgusted by it, but it was just like, "Thanks, man." Like it was kind of almost like, this is unfair. You could tell there was a little bit of like, this is bullshit behind it.
Right.
And it's nothing against Kane. It's just against this fucking company who doesn't know how to use this goddamn talent on the roster. And it's fucking embarrassing that this is what they have to do, because Vince has no idea what the fuck to do.
No, he has no idea.
So he's just panicking. Well, I got this big deal with Fox. Like I said, they have him by his fucking deflated grape nut fruit, whatever the fuck he calls them. You ain't got them no more, Vince. They're fucking long gone. Long gone, buddy. It's just been going on for too long, man. Too many of these one-offs, too many of these appearances and stuff. And it's like the perfect example. It goes back to the Bill Goldberg thing. You had the greatest feud going with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. That should have been your main event at fucking WrestleMania for the fucking heavyweight championship. But it's not, because Bill wants to show his fucking son how to fuck what he used to do. And Vince thinks that it's the fucking, "Oh, we got 2 big guys going at it. It's going to be, it's going to be like a UFC style match." Dude, fuck out of here, man. That's not for me, dude. It's just not. I'm a wrestling fan. I don't need all the entertainment and shit. Well, I got Instagram for that.
And it's reported that Cain Velasquez has like a very serious knee injury right now too, and like he can barely walk apparently. And
yeah, you see him coming down the ramp.
Yeah, and so you know what that means? The fucking match with him and Lesnar at whatever Crown Jewel is gonna be like a second long. It's gonna be like a 2-minute match.
Yeah, it's just disrespectful to us, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe we're being whiny. I don't think so. I think it's just...
I see, like, the people that like are saying like the fans that are upset or whiny, I think it's kind of bullshit. I think like you go to the show, they hype up this Brock Lesnar Kofi match for fucking weeks, and then the match is 8 seconds long. Like,
yeah, man. And it's like, I get it. Kofi was probably going to lose, but like, really? That's how you're going to treat him?
Right.
And he just has to take it. That's the thing. He just has to take it. Because it's fucking what Vince says goes, no matter what, at the end of the day. it's just like it's just sad. And say what you want about Kofi's run, it doesn't matter, dude. It's just disrespectful to the guys that fucking bust their ass 300 plus days a year to fucking go out there away from their families and all that shit to just fucking have that happen. So that a guy from UFC like Kane, who yes, he has been wrestling, trying to pay his dues, all that shit, but still, dude, like that doesn't mean enough. Just doesn't mean enough to me that's not deserving. And you can say I can't say what deserving is or not. No, fuck you, man. I've been watching this my whole life, and it's just, I'm just fed up with it, man. It's just sad.
After
it's sad
last
to
night,
see.
I was too. Like the fact, like in the fans chanting AEW after the show, and people are like, some people are going to be pissed about that. It's like, why? They should be chanting it. They should. Yeah. Vince should hear that. Next episode now, you should chant. Fuck it. I don't care what people think. You should chant AEW the entire fucking show. Chant it the entire fucking show.
Yeah, it's just like, you're telling me that, okay, put the title on Brock, that's fine. Guess what just happened? This was just my thinking. Man, Kevin Owens just finally got done with the Shane feud. I'm hoping, you know, it'd be a fucking cool feud and story to see a badass Kevin Owens going up against a badass Brock Lesnar. That could be a story right there. Use your talent. Use Brock Lesnar to get Kevin Owens over as one of the bigger guys. Let Owens go over eventually down the road against Brock. Have him be Brock. That'd be huge for him. That's how you build a star within your fucking goddamn company. And the same thing with Braun, dude. Like when Braun came out last night and it showed like his accolades. It was like how tall he is, nickname, monster among men, and then it was like won the battle royal or whatever. I was like, that's sad, man. That guy should have at least one Universal Championship around his waist. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, man? And then Tyson Fury's gonna be on the mic Monday, and I don't know much about him, but I'm seeing that, like, you know, he's got a wild mouth and all that stuff. But still, man, we know how cringy that stuff can be, and it's week after week after week.
Fury
after
might
month.
be good. Fury might be good.
He might be, man. But I mean, what is it? I guess it's building towards Crown Jewel and all. But why aren't you worried about Survivor Series? Why aren't you building the big fucking long feud to Survivor Series with your fucking roster? It's just...
Well, now you have to wait because there's going to be a draft and everything's going to change now. Like after... So Monday night, this is what I don't like, is that Monday night's not going to mean shit because the draft doesn't start until Friday.
Yeah.
Like, why not just start the fucking draft, like, on Monday?
Yeah, I get probably, you know, we obviously know SmackDown's going to be like, it's probably the, you know, it's the top show now. It's their number one going forward. But dude, my wrestling starts on Mondays with Raw.
Yeah,
that's how it's been for fucking how many ever years. Mondays, my wrestling week starts with Raw. Because then you got the SmackDown and then your pay-per-views on Sundays. So it's like, yeah, why would you start it on Friday? And I get it. It's for ratings. Yeah. Like, we get all that, but it doesn't mean that it's right. Or that it's good. That's our point. It's not that we don't understand how business works or money. I'm sorry I'm ranting a lot, man. I'm just fucking...
Oh, ran away.
I know you feel kind of the same way as me. It's just
I feel the exact same way. I just hate people like on Twitter. They're like, if you critique something and they're like, oh, but if you know, if AEW would do this, you guys would love it. It's like, no, we wouldn't. Like, this is why we like AEW wouldn't. Because they don't do this. Like,
they haven't done it yet. And like, maybe they will. And I'm sure they'll have their special guest appearance in the crowd and stuff, and somebody might get involved. But guess what? I have more faith in them to do it correctly than what Vince is doing.
Right.
Because Vince is just signing guys, putting them out there. He could probably give two shits how good it looks. All he cares about is that as long as people tune in to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Like,
it doesn't... I don't know. Well, it's like people telling you, like, if like that one guy was like, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's like, well... I mean, dude, there's been TV series that like my favorite show, Mr. Robot. There's been episodes where I was like, oh man, that kind of didn't hit. That doesn't mean I'm gonna like not watch the next one.
Well, it's kind of funny.
It's just that sucked.
Well, it's kind of funny. Like I saw on his like Twitter handle, he was bitching about the Minnesota Twins, and he's like, this fucking team, this goddamn team, every fucking year is fucking team. And I just go, simple, don't watch. Like,
I almost said that fucking same thing to the guy.
I said it to him. I was like, just don't watch then. And he got no response on that one. Like, of course, no response. It's like, yeah, because it's the same fucking thing, dude. You watch the stuff because it's stuff that you love. I love wrestling. Yep. I'm gonna watch the fucking show. I'll watch Ring of Honor. I'll watch Impact, New Japan. I'll watch it all. Like, I like wrestling. That's just me. And like, sorry that you can't take someone saying that the show sucked. Sorry that, dude.
Yeah.
Strictly WWE, like extreme WWE marks are the fucking worst. They're
terrible.
The worst. Like, they are the absolute worst. I will much rather listen to an AEW extremist over a WWE extremist because WWE right now is so bad. Like, it is just, it's hard to watch. Like right now.
Yeah, there's this guy who I'm kind of friends. I met through Wiffle Ball, and he's only been watching since like only like a few years or so now. And he was like real hyped up, but he's like, I don't know how people aren't excited about Cain Velasquez. And I was like, I get where you're coming from, but you got to understand, like when people like me that like don't care for it or disagree, it's because I've been watching this since I was fucking 7.
Right, dude.
And I know how this business can be and what it can do and how they can utilize their roster, and they aren't. It's like you've been watching since the time where they kind of have hyped up using more and more celebrities to build their ratings, and that's just not how it's supposed to be. That's not what this fucking business has come from. This isn't why this business comes from people like, I'm just going attitude errors, but Stone Cold watching the Von Erichs down in Texas and being like, I want to do that, and I'm going to bust my ass to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of fucking these people that I think now, dude, people in UFC, and we're seeing it more and more, are going to be like, well, I can quit this. I can, maybe go in and for like a year, make a couple appearances at WWE, do a couple things, and make a nice paycheck. And it's like, that's cool, man. And maybe you've always loved wrestling, but it's not what this is for.
Right.
It's really not. And I get the entertainment side, and I'm kind of repeating myself, but that's not what this company's about. It's not why I love fucking WWE. I love it because I love seeing fucking guys come from nothing to fucking something.
Well, fucking Gage texted me today, and he was like, he said, what did he say? Let me pull up the text.
Dude, I'm hearing a rumor that Joe Rogan's going to sign on for Crown Jewel to announce the match.
So stupid.
I'm just joking, but I thought about tweeting that just to fire up the fucking internet.
Gage said congratulations on Kane with like a frowny face, and because he loves Cain Velasquez, and I was like, dude, I don't want him. Like, I don't want him. Like, now UFC and WWE fans are gonna come together because it's like, we don't want him. Keep him over in mixed martial arts. Like,
yeah, man, and
keep him in like the Mexican League for now, like where he was at AAA, like.
And I know you feel the same way, like the same way I do. Where I'm glad that he went into like the lucha, and he's trying to kind of become a wrestler and go through the ropes a bit. We appreciate that. We're not saying anything against the guy for actually trying, and it's probably nothing against him. I'm sure Vince approached him with a nice paycheck, and you know what? He was probably like, "Money's money, man. Money can talk." So he's probably like, "Well, why not? If I might not get this chance, so I might as well take it." So it's not really against him; it's just against Vince, and just.
And at the same time, it's like if you guys wanted to do this match with Kane and Lesnar, like, does it really need the title?
No.
Like, you can still do this feud, and like Cain Velasquez, or like you're telling me like you couldn't have booked that match on SmackDown where it's like Mysterio and Velasquez come out and like cost Lesnar the match.
That would have been a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, it would have been unexpected.
That would have been a hell of a lot better.
We wouldn't be probably bitching about this as much as we are. Like,
nope. And
I probably would be more excited.
I would take all the heat of being like, well, Kofi didn't even beat Brock. You got help. That's fine. Whatever. Because now that story's more intriguing because Velasquez fucking interfered to fuck him over. You're 100% right. That's the way it should have been. I think even Jay tweeted out, it's like, do you really need the title for that? And it's like, yeah, you're 100% right. They don't need the title for this. Because here's the thing. If Velasquez somehow wins that title, basically, you know what we're getting? We're getting a remake of Goldberg versus fucking Brock. Because Brock will just win the title right back, and that'll be the story for 3 months, 4 months. It's just like, man, it's just repetitive shit like this. It's just annoying. And I hate that I'm getting so worked up over it, but it's just like, fuck, man.
Jay in the group said it. I completely agree with what Jay said in the group. He's like, Yeah, what they did is obviously a business move, and they're gonna make their money and they get their publicity off it. That's obviously what this whole thing is like, and that's exactly what they're doing. And I was like, yeah, that's totally what they're doing. And then Jay goes, but dude, if they book the show the way it's been booked over the last 2 years, they're fucked. Like, they need Crash TV, they need chaos, they need that every week, especially in the first year, and that's what this episode should have been.
Mm-hmm. And it just wasn't. It didn't. I'm sorry, but the Swagger pop was way better than the Cain Velasquez pop.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, it just was.
It totally was.
It just simply was, man.
Well, it's like what you said to me. It's like, oh my god, like Swagger's a fucking giant, and people are like, oh, it's Swagger. He didn't do anything in WWE. It's like, well, he didn't do anything in WWE because he wasn't used correctly. He had him with Zeb fucking Coulter. Nothing against Zeb, but it's just like. At first, that worked, and then Swagger got that DUI for driving while high, I think it was, whatever.
Yeah,
but it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. It's like, no, because you know why? We're getting a big, tough, badass Swagger who's just he's 2-0 in the Bellator and stuff, and it's like, we're gonna probably get a different Swagger here. Mm-hmm. It's just. It's two completely different things.
Like, he's grown up. Like, he's a legit MMA badass now. Like,
yeah, it's just going to be.
He can wrestle.
It's exactly. He can wrestle. It's two completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's two. They brought Swagger in because they know what he can do in the ring. They brought Cain in because they don't know how to fucking build ratings.
Right.
That's just the bottom line.
Yep. Completely agree. With that being said, The Rock was cool on SmackDown.
Yes.
And the ladder match was cool. Like, it was short, but I enjoyed it. Like, a lot of people were saying, like, the match wasn't good. I'm like, the match had some cool spots. Like...
Oh, the spot where fucking he puts him through the ladder outside the ring? That was tight.
But they were like, it was too short. I'm like, the match was, like, 15 minutes long. It just didn't seem like that because it went through a fucking commercial break. Like,
yeah, and sorry, I don't want to see fucking... Shane McMahon wrestle for more than 15 minutes because he blows up after 5.
Right. Like, I can't believe people were like saying, like, bitching about that. It's like, do you guys ever make up your mind? Like,
yeah. It's like, no, I don't need Shane for more than 15 minutes.
Right. And then
throwing his fucking terrible punches.
What's I gonna say? Well, why can't they just have this match tomorrow night? Like,
yeah,
they just had the
why
ladder
is
match
this not
tomorrow night? They only have 4 matches announced, and you tell them, like, what the fuck?
I was expecting it to be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like, why? That's where you end your stories, at the pay-per-view.
Nope, not in WWE's mind.
No, it's like basically Fox was the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was a horrible pay-per-view. It was a boring pay-per-view.
Yeah, like I said, The Rock came out. That was probably the best part.
And then he had some guy on Twitter that was like, at least it was better than whatever was on TNT on Wednesday night. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I'm sorry. People may not agree with this. They may like NXT better, but I think the only reason why people are saying NXT was better was because of the Adam Cole match and with Matt Riddle and like the 2 moments that it had on it.
Yeah, so the Finn moment was cool and the chomp. It was cool, but in my opinion, the way AEW ended, which we'll get into, the way AEW ended left you with like the possibility of like 4 or 5 different stories that could happen.
Yep.
And it definitely had me be like, I can't wait to see what happens next week. NXT was the same way, but I think you're 100% right that the Cole Riddle match is probably going to overshadow people. And to the people that were like, oh, you're going to tune in to watch Sammy Guevara and fucking Cody Rhodes kick off over Cole Riddle. It's like, It really wasn't, for me, it wasn't about who was kicking off what show. It was about tuning in to watch history on TNT. Whether it was good or bad.
Different.
Whether it was good or bad. I've watched a lot of NXT, so it's like, I kind of know what the show might be or what it is. And yes, that card was awesome, but I wanted to tune into AEW because we've been waiting for it forever. I can't believe it was already here. And I wanted to watch history be made in the sense of a new wrestling product, brand new wrestling product, being on fucking network television. That's why I tuned in. That's why I decided to watch that over watching the Cole and fucking Riddle match.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. It's just...
I totally agree.
If I'm Raw and SmackDown, I'd be... you might as well just have NXT and AEW be a team to fucking set the bar for what Raw and SmackDown need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm on the NXT roster, I am praying to God I don't get called up.
No shit, dude. Why would you want to get called up?
I hope I don't get drafted.
Why would you even want to?
Yeah, I'm sure Finn's probably ecstatic to be back in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to pay me less? That's fine. That's fine. At least I know that I'm not going to be in a story that's going to build me to be the top guy, and then a celebrity's going to come in out of nowhere and take my fucking spot.
Right.
I don't know. It's frustrating.
It's just annoying.
Yeah, it really is, man. It's just become way too much of an entertainment show.
Mm-hmm.
It's become too many moments.
Yep.
It's too many moments. There's not and we've talked about this before, where it's like there can be moments in stories and matches. You're making moments on fucking like the card you put, or like the fucking what am I trying to say? It's like WWE's moments have become, look at this on the screen where it shows fucking Lesnar and Cain Velasquez. That's your moment. That's okay, cool. Yeah, that's a moment, but it's a one-off. They're one-off moments. They're not moments that are really going to last forever with me. I'll be like, oh yeah, that time they wrestled. Oh yeah, that was cool, but also the rest of the product sucked. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. With that being said, the SmackDown stage is dope. The Raw stage is dope.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I really like them.
Raw was good. Raw was pretty good this week.
Yeah, up until the end.
Yeah, but that made no sense. I don't even want to talk about that.
I don't either.
Let's go into Dynamite.
Okay, cool.
But Dynamite, in my opinion, was the best show this week.
I think so too.
And hey, people listening, it's just my opinion. Like, you can think differently. It's okay. It's okay to think NXT was better. It's okay to even think SmackDown was good. Like, that's your opinion. But, like, our opinion, we think it sucked. Like,
yeah, I hate the people that are like, oh, I just thought AEW was better this week. It's like, did you even watch NXT? It's like, no, I did, and I think it was really good, but just for this week, I thought it was better.
Yep.
It's like, okay, and next week I might change my mind. I might be like, oh, NXT definitely put on a better show this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, yeah, week 1, AEW won.
Yeah,
and
it's like I said in the tweet. It's like I'm not even worried about ratings or even really comparing the shows, like in depth in comparing the shows. It's just from my eye, I just enjoyed AEW better this week.
Yep, same.
Nothing against NXT, people. Calm down. Fucking put on your goddamn Roman Reigns underwear and fucking fuck off elsewhere.
Yeah, like Adam Cole and Matt Riddle was the best match of the week by far. But AEW was the better show, in my opinion.
Yep, definitely.
It was more consistent. It was different. It was unique. And they're just getting started. Like, they just set up, like, the story. And then at Comic-Con yesterday, Cody shows up and attacks Jericho at Comic-Con. Like, it's awesome.
Oh, that was so awesome.
Like, they're doing shit to get you talking.
Exactly. And, sorry, I went blank. People that are like, oh, the whole nostalgia thing, which I think I already talked to you about, and I think I even tweeted it, that are like, oh, everybody's like, WWE just uses nostalgia, or how about Chris Jericho? Motherfucker, Chris Jericho's been the present since fucking
he has
goddamn
never left.
98, bro.
Like, if he left for like a year, and then he came right back. Like,
yeah, and when he came back, he reinvented himself, and he wasn't a one-off. Mm-hmm. He was here I am, and it's going to be the most entertaining shit you watch. So don't bullshit me with, oh, look who's their champion. Talk about nostalgia. No, Chris Jericho's the fucking champion because he should be the champion. Because, yes, he is the big guy and he is a big draw, but because he's fucking entertaining and he's going to tell you a fucking story for fucking months, you dumbasses. That's not nostalgia. That's fucking present tense happiness right there, bitches.
He got a fucking hot dog wiener over during the commercial break.
I love, they asked, like, Tony Khan about that. And he was just like, oh, it's awesome. I think he was almost kind of like, I can't remember if he actually said it, but I thought he said something along the lines of like, I kind of wish maybe it would have made it on the air.
Yeah.
So it was during a commercial.
See, that's what I like about Khan and Cody, because they're like the shit like that. They're like, man, that should be on TV because that's entertaining. Like, that's funny. Like,
yep. Yeah, he was like, it was good stuff. He goes, I don't want people to like be throwing hot dogs every event though. Please don't do that. Like, please don't do that. And, but that's the difference right there. Is you got Tony Khan, how old was he? He's like 35, 36. So he grew up with like the good stuff of wrestling and what wrestling is.
Yeah.
So he actually knows what the fuck the business could and should be. Mm-hmm. Where you got these fucking Fox execs who are basically like the old fucking TNT execs who don't know shit about shit when it comes to fucking wrestling. Mm-hmm. All they know is how to fucking sign a check and bring in someone big. Yep. That's the huge difference right there. You got a guy in Tony Khan who loves this shit, and he's going to listen to guys like Cody and them and talk with them. And he knows those guys know what's good for business too. It's basically like having another wrestler there, even though he's not a wrestler, but he understands fucking wrestling. Huge difference. It's a huge fucking difference.
Oh, wow. Undertaker actually replied to somebody on his Instagram last night, or today.
Uh-oh.
And somebody commented, should have had you on the end instead of that ending, bro. And Undertaker responded, I was told I wasn't needed.
Oh, man. That's sad. Take her to AEW. What was I going to ask you about AEW? Oh, what'd you think of their set?
The AEW?
Yeah.
It's simple. I like it.
Like their set and like the intro and stuff. Yeah, I thought the same thing too. It wasn't. It was simple. The pyro was, simple. Nothing too over the top. Mm-hmm. It was a little, maybe WCW-ish, you could say, but it was. Yeah. I liked it. I liked the setup. I liked the pyro and stuff. I thought it was good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not WWE production people. We fucking know. Well, guess what? They don't have fucking as much money, so it's not going to be, and it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be over the top stuff.
Totally agree. I'm just like sitting here, just like my brain's hurting from like thinking about SmackDown. Like,
same, man, same.
Like I'm trying to come up with some shit to say. I'm just like almost like out of it right now because I'm just can't believe like how bad SmackDown really was last night.
Yeah, man, it was just a letdown. Like I said, they wrapped the box all pretty and like with pretty bows and fucking bells and whistles, but you open that box and it was shit. It's like I took a shit in it. Mm-hmm. For the most part. I don't know. But yeah, I just really liked AEW. I thought everything was good. I told you like the MJF match wasn't. I didn't.
No,
care
but it is
for
what it is though. It was just like. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. And like MJF afterwards was like, I don't need to put on 5-star matches. You know who the fuck I am. Like.
Yeah, well, it's like Stone Cold didn't put on 5-star matches.
Right.
But his promos told a story so when you watch the match...
Cena didn't put on 5-star matches.
No, exactly. It came full... And I don't need 5-star matches, man. I feel like the wrestling world is kind of too... we've kind of got ourselves too deep into seeing 5-star matches where it's like, oh, I want to see that guy wrestle that guy. And it's like, man, that's a cool match, and it's probably going to be a phenomenal match full of great moments and fucking, false finishes and stuff. And I think fans have kind of lost the whole, like, but where's the story at? Not saying all fans, but I feel like there are some that are like, oh, dude, this match. And we do it too. I'm victim of it, and I know you are too, where it's like, oh, that match will be awesome. Then we get the match, and then it's kind of like, but where do we go from here? Like, where's the story in it, I guess, is kind of my feeling.
Right.
And I feel like AEW is going to kind of change. Like MJF's just getting started.
Right.
Like you said, he doesn't need to put on 5-star matches. Like that guy just needs to fucking work on his promos and where he's fucking going with people and stories, and and if it works out like it could with him, where he's going to be the ultimate heel guy, where his promos are fucking putting people down, and then guess what? He gets his ass kicked and loses the match, and and then you cheer for the guy that's supposed to be over, and you got your baby face. Mm-hmm. It's booking 101.
Agreed. And how about that glass spot with Omega and Moxley?
That whole thing was awesome. I told you this because you didn't get to watch it, and I didn't want to tell you what happened. I really did not want to tell you until you were like, just tell me. But it was like they promoted Moxley as having like a segment that was probably going to be like a little in-ring promo, I was going to probably assume. That's kind of what I was getting. But then throughout the show, they didn't really say much about him. And I forgot about him. So when he came out, I was like, oh, fuck, that's right, Jon Moxley. And it was just perfect. Kenny's looking the other way. Fucking Moxley's got the fucking Omega fucking gun pointed at him. There's that fucking guy in the background with his hands on his head. Kenny! Oh my God, dude, that made me so happy because that's what you're supposed to do, man. You just let yourself go and you just yell. I've told Steve this and you a million times, like when I go to a show, if I'm sitting that close, you're damn right, because I did that when I was fucking 7, 9, 10, 11 years old, or you're looking at the TV and somebody pops up behind somebody and I'm like, dude, turn around. Why isn't anybody in the crowd telling this guy to turn around? Like, you're a dork and you're an idiot and you might look dumb because it's like, do you not know what's going to happen? It's like, I know what's going to happen, man, but guess what? I'm going to enjoy the moment. I'm going to yell at that guy because you know why? That wrestler in the ring is probably going to hear me and be like, fuck yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah,
he's
dude,
bought into what we're doing.
That fan looks so concerned too. He's like, no, Kenny, turn, Kenny, watch out.
I loved it, dude. Yeah, that was awesome. No, Jimmy, no. Yeah, dude, and then that glass spot was just awesome. Oh, everything about that main event was perfect.
Right.
It was just perfect. Because then because then the match goes on, and I was texting Steve. So Steve, Buddy Bowman, hasn't really seen much like Kenny Omega, Young Bucks and stuff, and he literally was just like, Kenny Omega's the best wrestler.
Oh, for sure.
Everything he does, him and the Young Bucks, he was like, these guys are just good. These guys are just good. I was like, yeah, dude, really good. Way too good for WWE to ruin.
Yeah.
Which is why they're not there.
Man, I'm bummed out Scarlett Bordeaux signed with NXT.
So am I, man. I was hoping she was going to be AEW.
I know. She's going to be so watered down in WWE.
Yeah, it's just tough. Man, what was I going to ask you? Oh, hey, so did you pop every time somebody new came out at the end of that fucking
it was
main
awesome.
event? Oh, it was perfect. The crowd that whole show was electric.
Mm-hmm.
Which also does help. But yeah, it's like because Cody came out and it was like, and I didn't know who was going to come out. I figured Cody was going to come out at one point at the end of the show, so I wasn't too surprised when he was the first one. But he came out, the crowd went nuts. Fucking Sammy comes out, which Sammy, I know I talked a little bit to him a couple weeks ago. I was like, I don't really know about this guy. Sold on him. Fucking phenomenal. He comes out, the crowd's like, oh my God. Fucking, who came out next? Dusty?
Yeah, Dustin came out.
Dustin came out, which I wasn't expecting him to come out.
Fucking Swagger out of nowhere.
And then Swagger out of nowhere. And I was like, and I forgot about him. Well, I knew he was promoted, but I was like, I don't see him showing up. He comes out of nowhere. The crowd loses their shit again.
So then you know what's really good about this?
Huh.
They kept Moxley and Omega away from this. And you still now can turn Omega and have Omega like in that group.
Yep.
Like that was so smart to like put them away from the brawl. Like get them away from the brawl, get them away from the story. They're in their own story, and then it still leaves the door wide open for an Omega turn. And MJF apparently was like on the post show or whatever, or like getting interviewed because apparently they're gonna do these interviews like every week and post them on YouTube. And MJF is
they're
like,
also
fuck
they're
Chris
also gonna
Jericho.
post dark matches.
Yeah, AEW Dark. That's awesome. They had like
Which
4
is awesome.
dark matches.
Because they'll probably, since they know people are going to view it and watch it, they'll probably somewhat try to use those in a way with building stories, I would assume.
I think so, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why else would you... I mean, you post them so people can watch them, and Darby Allin was on a dark match, and of course I want to watch him. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they could use that to kind of build into stories and stuff. It's fucking perfect. Yeah. It's fucking perfect. But you're 100% right on the keeping them away thing, because at first I was a little upset. I was like, oh man, I kind of wish they would have went back to them, or they would have came back into the ring. And then the more I thought about it, I thought like you, where I was like, no, that's good. Keep that one feud just a little bit separate.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking perfect. And then it ends the show. You got two factions now.
Yeah, now you're off. Now you're off and running too, where you can now have promos. People are like, "Well, there weren't any promos on the show." I'm like, "Yeah, it's their first fucking show. Like, they're just getting everything started."
Yeah, I didn't need promos. You know where I get 1,000 promos? Fucking Monday and Friday nights now.
Yeah.
Give me some in-ring storytelling. And that's what we got there. I literally saw those two factions, and I was like, I had like I felt like one of those like investigators with like, you have like yarn going towards different spots. I was like, oh my God, this can go here and this can go there. Oh my God, they can do this. And they don't need to like all be, they don't all need to be together and like on the show at the same time. It's just like, that's like the faction, and they can come in and out with each other and whatnot, and like interchange. It was fucking perfect. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. I felt like a 90s kid again. I had never been so happy watching a show than AEW. And I know people will be like, oh, fucking AEW, Mark. I'm sorry, man. That's just how I felt.
Yeah, I mean,
it felt good.
And we might be more AEW heavy than WWE, especially after like after the way SmackDown was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, and they're not. Hey, we're gonna give Shane his entrance, but not Owens.
Yeah. Like, okay, come on. That's the only reason I think maybe Shane could maybe be done. It's kind of a dumb reason, but they gave him like his little final entrance and all that shit. So I don't know.
We're gonna relegate AJ Styles and Randy Orton to not having any intro like at all during that 8-man tag match, and then instead of putting the OC with Styles and Orton, they put the fucking Rude and Ziggler together. Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Or like, where's the revival? Like,
yeah,
is that done? Like
it's I don't know. Tag team in WWE is fucking years behind what AEW is going to do. I'll tell you that much.
And I feel bad for the fucking Street Profits because they're going to get called up on Monday, and it's like, just stay in NXT. Like,
yeah. It's just sad. I feel bad for the people in NXT.
Yeah. I feel bad for like any wrestler on the main roster right now. Vince needs to go away. Like, Vince needs to get the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, like, I'd almost rather this Fox deal never happened and they went back to like TNN.
Dude, like, I just hope the ratings fucking plummet next week. I really do. I hope the ratings fucking plummet next week for SmackDown.
Yeah, so do I. Really hope they do. I feel like this pay-per-view Sunday is going to be a fucking...
They pulled in decent numbers last night. It was like almost a 4.
Yeah, I saw that, but also it's Fox.
Yeah, because people tuned in waiting for Stone Cold and The Undertaker and Sting. Like, I had a friend text me last night, where's Sting? I'm waiting for Sting. And I was like, he should show up. He was advertised.
Yeah.
And, like, he doesn't even watch wrestling. So he watched that whole show, and Sting never showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, WWE, you fucked up, man. Like, you could have had a chance to, like, pull in some, like, new viewers, and people watching that were like, well, this is dumb. Like, and
right.
They were cutting out the fans from saying, holy shit. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Like, really? Come on, Fox. I thought you guys are supposed to be badasses.
Right. And
yeah, it was just... And I feel bad for, like, the Fiend storyline with Rollins. I mean, I know they kind of did what they did Friday, and, I mean, we've seen that a few times already now, but, like, Monday, they just... I didn't feel for that feud at all because they overshadowed it with a fucking makeout session.
Right.
It was like, really? Your top thing going right now with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend? You're going to overshadow it?
And then on SmackDown, we're going to throw him off the stage, but when we come back to commercial, we're going to make no reference of it.
Yeah. Exactly. Or, fucking turn the lights back on, the camera's on Rollins just laying there like fucking dead.
Right.
Anyway. Where was the emotion at? No emotion.
Well,
I don't know.
Last thing I want to bring up on wrestling here. Tommaso Ciampa's back.
So, I'm kind of like dumb to this, I guess. Like, do you think he's back and like he's going to be in a match very soon, or is he going to do it how, like you brought up like a month ago, how he's probably going to be doing more just like promo kind of segments for a while?
I'm assuming it's going to be more promo segments for a little bit.
Okay, that's cool. I'm fine with it either way. I just wasn't sure what if you knew more behind the scenes than I've seen, which is actually fine. I kind of almost like that better.
Yeah,
because then it's just going to build up to when he has that match. I don't know. Is it going to be a triple threat with Finn Balor?
I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Balor even being in there because I feel like the NXT doesn't need Balor. Like
they don't, but you know who thinks they do? Vince.
God forbid that like they just put Balor with the OC.
Yeah, no shit. Do that. Maybe use your main roster smarter. I don't know. It was a historic week in wrestling, and I think WWE dropped the ball.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
I really think they did. I said NXT and AEW were fantastic shows.
False advertising, got in the viewers. That's all they care about.
Yep, and showed us that all you really care about is bringing in outside sources to bring in your ratings, which, cool. Care more, I guess, about the casual fan and getting the crossover than the people that have been there for you since forever. And why they love the business. I don't know. I guess I'm just a whiny AEW mark pussy. I don't know.
Oh, man. All right, yeah, can't wait. I was going to get your predictions for Hell in a Cell, but fuck it. I'm not even going to put the predictions title on the line. There's only 4 fucking matches.
Yeah, here, I'll give you my thing. I think Bailey will probably win. Fiend will win. I'm gonna give Sasha a W out of nowhere. And Roman and Bryan will probably win. I don't know.
How great would it be if Bryan turned back on Roman like right after the match?
Be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Be all for that.
I'm scared that Rollins is going to beat Wyatt like cleanly. It's just gonna kill Wyatt immediately.
If he does, I legit think I'm turning to my WWE card for sure.
Yeah,
because that's just upsetting.
I want to say I will, but I like wrestling too much. I'll watch it.
I'll
just be angry watching it.
Yeah, I'll like half-ass tune in. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So I was gonna say the problem I don't have with Balor being in NXT is maybe keep him down there, keep building him up, and then if WWE is smart, and what they should be doing is building towards the Fiend Demon at Mania. So keep Bray on NXT for a while, and then have that episode in next year after around Rumble or somewhat where Balor pops back up and starts his feud with Bray.
Yep. Well, rumor is the reason why Balor's in NXT is because, well, I hope this is true. Did see a rumor that this could potentially lead to the OC versus Undisputed Era.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
Fine with that.
Anyway.
So, if they do it right, I'll be happy, but as of right now, AEW's at the top of my list, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday Night Dynamite this week.
Same.
Yep.
All right, and that about does it for the wrap-up here on Offended. Obviously, we're not too happy with SmackDown.
Yeah.
And we loved AEW. NXT was fucking great, too. Raw was good.
Yep.
SmackDown just sucked. And SmackDown shouldn't have sucked. That's my biggest issue is SmackDown should not have sucked. It's the easiest fucking show to book, and you're telling me, like, you couldn't even give Kofi 5 fucking minutes.
Right. Yeah. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Right.
Extremely disappointed.
Well, let's get him with that 1, 2, 3 because I gotta get out of here.
All right. My number 1, we didn't talk about it, but we probably will next week. Blues hockey is back. The Stanley Cup champions. The rings are sick. We'll get into all that next week. But hockey's back in general. Loving it. Number 2.
Sorry, Blues. You're not needed. We don't need to talk about you today.
Number 2, welcome back, Tommaso Ciampa. Just glad he's healthy and hopefully stays healthy and nothing worse happens to him because he's taking a risk coming back.
Yeah.
No matter how 100% he is. So happy he's back. Should be interesting. And my number 3, just a fucking round of applause to AEW. Not just for the show being good, but just for fucking having a vision saying fuck you to the man, believing in themselves, getting this TNT deal, and it just happening. It's just, I mean, it's one of the most historic things to happen in wrestling history, and I'm just glad I still like wrestling enough to be able to fucking watch it and witness it, and just happy for those guys. And I could have easily shed a tear Wednesday night just being happy for those guys, because it's just cool. It's just good stuff, man. So that's my 1, 2, 3.
My number 1. Shout out to the Blues, that beautiful Stanley Cup banner. Hopefully I can get my hands on that replica tonight if I'm one of the first 12,000 fans. I'm sure it's going to be a fucking madhouse tonight. My number 2, what was it? I was going to say something. I don't know. AEW is just fucking phenomenal. Love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it. I can't wait to see where this goes. And number 3, oh, I don't know.
Cardinals baseball.
That's it. That was my 3. Let's go Cardinals. Thank you. That was my 3. Yeah, my number 3. Let's go Cardinals series tied at 1. That's okay. I thought it was going to take 5-game series anyways, but let's go Cardinals, man. They don't give up. They don't give up. I will say that about them.
They don't. They drive me crazy, and they sometimes are really fucking bad. But
and then you have Colton Wong swinging at everything on the last at bat.
Yeah. So that's exciting, though. Cheer for them. They're in the playoffs. Playoff baseball is always fun here in St. Louis. So, yep.
Anyway, you can follow Offended on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at OffendedPod. Make sure to follow PWP Nation on all social media platforms as well at PWP Nation. You can go buy our t-shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com and search Offended. Make sure to go listen to our Spotify playlist at Offended Presents Songs of the Week. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and PlayStation at Trick1042. You can follow Stoutsy at
Jimmy James 9417 on Instagram and Twitter. James V Stout on Snapchat.
All right. Happy Sunday episode. We'll be back with the regular schedule this coming week, which I have to look. Blues are out of town, right?
Believe so, yes.
All right, so, yeah, we'll have a Friday episode out again. We'll review Hell in a Cell, I guess. Maybe we can get Corey on.
Maybe.
And 80s episode's coming soon. It's been a minute since we did like a list episode.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get back into it.
Yep. Well, anyway, for Stoutsy, I'm Tricky. This has been Offended, presented by PWP Nation. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye!